A special in-studio guest is Ms. Margaret Shehee. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning to y'all.
Now, I know that you, through the years, that you have received a number of awards and accolades and prizes and plaques and trophies for a variety of efforts, philanthropic in nature.
Yes.
But let me ask you, when you found out that you were the Erin McCarty most powerful woman in the Shreveport Bossier area, well, repeat what you said when you came in.
Well, I said I demand a recount.
Who was number two?
Well, all the ladies on this list could certainly be number one. I'm completely humbled and flattered that she has chosen me. But her check did clear that I wrote, so I guess that's why I got number one.
I want you to know it was a committee type group that worked on it. It was from one drinking night with my bunco gals.
Okay.
It was from a committee or two that I serve on.
And who wouldn't want that pat on the back?
Yeah. Oh.
It was from a panel of work people, some other reporters, actually some other people on the list.
Oh my
gave
goodness.
me their list and said who they thought would. And you were not completely, I'm gonna be honest, because I'm an honest politician. You were not completely 100% unanimously number one.
Okay.
But you won it with a great majority to be number one.
Well, whatever the number is, it's completely flattering. And
you are the Clemson of Shreveport Bossier women.
I go. Well, don't tell Nick Saban. Is he coming up next?
Margaret, we don't talk about Nick Saban in here.
What? Well, this is what I love about y'all. I love following Bill Cassidy and a collie. That's quite, that's quite a spot to be in.
You never know who wanders in here.
Well, if it makes you,
this is why y'all are so
you've
successful.
got the best hair. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Margaret, we got to be serious for a minute because your mother, Virginia Shehee, was, she would be statewide number one on this list probably if we did a statewide list. She did so much for our community for years and years and years, and now it's like the torch has been handed over to you. What things matter to Margaret Shehee? And it's Cole, I guess, is your married name.
Well, yeah, I'm married. But I was kind of lazy and never changed my name tags or my passport, so I'm happy to answer to either name.
Yes.
My husband is David Cole. The things that matter to me, I guess, when I kind of got out of college and started working, the first board I was on was Goodwill Industries because my grandmother had done a lot with them and helped found a chapel for them, for those with challenges that the Goodwill Industry serves. And then I've been on Rebel and I've been on the VOA and various causes. And then the one that I'm kind of associated with now is the Louisiana State Police. And I've chaired their fundraiser for about 4 years. In fact, they're the ones that were listening to your show and called me. And I said, what are you talking about? Yeah. And they go, you're on the radio. And I thought, oh gosh, what did I do?
How did they know? We hadn't even announced it.
It was on. They heard it on the radio yesterday.
You received. Erin got about an hour ago the most wonderful text about you.
Oh, my goodness.
Tell him what he said.
Oh,
he said that you have done so much for state police, they just can't thank you enough.
Oh, it's when you're chairing something and you're the face of something, you get the credit. But there's so many people behind the scenes that certainly help, and I'm certainly helping have a wonderful committee that helps me in that endeavor.
You run the family business, Kilpatrick Life Insurance, and Rose needs...
With a lot of help from family members, too.
Yes, and so I'm sure that keeps you busy, but you're still heavily involved in the community.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm able to do those things because we have wonderful coworkers. But every board I'm on, I'll say, you could have my name, you could have my time and some of my resources, but if the family calls for the funeral home, I got to go. Mm-hmm. That's just because that's how we respond. We've been in business since 1932.
You don't nap much, do you? You really?
No, I need to get a couch in my office, or because you don't want to lie down at the funeral home. You get in trouble.
Can I ask you a question? Go back to your mom for a minute.
Certainly.
Because I imagine your mom has pictures of herself with so many intriguing people. Which ones do you look at and go, I cannot believe she met this person?
We still have a lot of them out, and I was fortunate. I was the youngest of four, and so I got toted around. We didn't have any babysitters, so I got toted around on a lot of trips and a lot of occasions, and I started going to cocktail parties when I was about 12 years old because we lived kind of out in the country, and there was no one really to babysit.
Right.
So we there's one in her office with Van Cliburn, the famous native son from Shreveport. I'm reading the book about his triumphs in Moscow right now, and she has a lot of politicians, a lot of people came through the symphony. The famous people. There's one from Vincent Price and that sort of thing. And I'm on the symphony board now, so that's a wonderful thing too. But she has everything from. She met most presidents. She didn't have a chance to meet President Obama because her health was declining a little bit. So she had the occasion and the opportunity, she would have definitely gone to meet him too. She's met every president.
Sure.
You know, we sort of, and I'll use Nick Saban as sort of an example, or Bill Belichick, or people who change things, who make winners out of institutions or places through the force of their will. We talked about that last week, remember? You are one of those people. Is there a secret to that other than hard work and time to literally change a place, the attitude, the culture of somewhere or something, because you decide that's what you want?
Well, you got to get people behind you with your same vision, for one thing.
How do you do that? I mean,
well, you have to convince people it's a good idea. It's a good charity. It's something good for the city. I'm about to be the incoming chairman for the Shreveport Airport Authority.
See, that was going to be my next question,
I'm
too.
sorry.
Can you make prices cheaper to fly out of Shreveport?
Listen.
My second part was, let's talk 2017. What's on the horizon?
Many exciting things. We have a new executive director. Now, if y'all need to have him on your show, Henry Thompson.
Absolutely.
We'd love to have him come out here, or Mark Crawford, who is our PO for the airport. We're always working behind the scenes with airlines, trying to attract new service, and also with the tax that was passed last year, the hotel motel. We have the airport has a 501c3 foundation where that money goes into that we can attract, do seat guarantees, and use that as an enticement, an inducement sort of, to get more flights, better seats, that sort of thing.
Let me ask you, Margaret Shehee is our guest. She was our number one woman on our list of women who have juice, or powerful women.
But none in the studio. Yeah, this is like a bargain operation here.
Let me ask you if you have had...
You have no idea.
Yeah, you really don't. If you have any political ambitions at all. We know your mom did.
No.
Not interested.
My joke is I'm not even running for dog catcher. Of course, I could have caught the one that was here before me.
Yeah.
That would have been easy. I feel a call to serve and do appointments and that sort of thing. And I just think campaigning has gotten so ugly. I remember I was in high school when Mother lost her second election. A lot of people don't remember she lost her election. It was very negative campaigning, even way back then. So I remember that, and I'm happy to. When I'm called to serve, I'll do that. I'll do appointments and that kind of thing. And if you need me to fill in for you one morning, I'm happy to do that.
Did you hear that?
I'm always looking for awesome co-hosts on one of her ventures to Hawaii.
I have a trip coming up, so
take me.
We'll look it up. We're going to get a trophy made. We're going to get a juice cup with your name engraved on it.
Wonderful.
Because you have juice.
I have juice. But so does that list. That's a very strong list, and I'm just humbled to be...
Who's missing? As somebody on the list, who was missing that you want to shout out and say... Because people called about Helen Godfrey Smith wasn't on the list.
Leah Day Marteau.
Ah, you're right.
Who was past chairman of MPC. She's a friend of mine, too. And she gave me $1 to say that.
Did she?
No.
Miss Margaret, it is a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in. Congratulations. I know you just must be thrilled to death.
I just want to thank y'all, thank KEEL, thank Town Square Media. Completely honored and flattered, and everyone on the list could be sitting in this seat.